Okay, what if you could build a massive software company with zero human employees? I'm talking no developers, no project managers, no QA testers, just AI agents building and shipping products all on their own. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? Well, here's the thing, it's not. Elon Musk is building it right now.
Just let that sink in for a second. An entire digital workforce, coding, testing, and deploying incredibly complex software 24/7 without a single human ever touching a line of code. I mean, it's a concept that really just challenges the entire foundation of the tech industry as we know it.
And yep, that is the actual name, Macrohard. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what this project is, how it's supposed to work, and the big question. Is this a genuine threat to giants like Microsoft, or is it just another one of Musk's super ambitious moonshots? All right, let's get into it. So where in the world did this wild idea even come from? Well, like a lot of things these days, it all started with a single post on social media. Back in August of 2025, Elon Musk casually announced on X that his company, XAI, was building, and I quote, a purely AI software company. And the name, Macrohard? Yeah, it was a pretty obvious tongue-in-cheek jab at Microsoft, a company he loves to poke fun at. But what started as a joke, well, it got very serious, very fast. Almost immediately after that post, the whole machinery of a real company just roared to life. We started seeing official trademark filings for the name Macrohard. Then came the reports of really aggressive engineer recruitment. And, maybe most telling, there were massive purchases for data center capacity. Yeah, this wasn't just a meme anymore. This was a real, honest-to-goodness project. So, what is the grand vision here? Honestly, it's almost sci-fi in its scope. The goal is to simulate an entire software company, the size of Microsoft, but run it completely with autonomous AI agents. We're talking agents that handle everything, the coding, the testing, the deployment, even the project management, with humans only really stepping in at the very top to set the overall direction. Now, this is what I find really fascinating. The core philosophy here is fundamentally different from every other AI coding tool that we use today. You take something like GitHub Copilot. It's designed to assist a human developer, right? The AI is the passenger, helping you get where you're going a little bit faster. Macrohard is betting on the complete opposite. It's designed to replace the human coder. Here, the AI is the driver, and the human is maybe just giving directions from the back seat. It's a truly radical bet on where AI is headed. Of course, a vision this big requires a truly massive engine to power it. And that's exactly what Musk's AI company, XAI, is putting together. So let's just start with the money. Macrohard isn't some tiny startup. It's an initiative inside of XAI. And after a $6 billion funding round, the company was valued at a jaw-dropping $24 billion. That's the kind of war chest you need to even think about taking on a project of this scale. And where's all that cash going? Well, it's going into what might just be the most ambitious AI infrastructure project on the entire planet, the Colossus supercomputer. The goal here is to build out a cluster with a target of 1 million of NVIDIA's most advanced GPUs. We are talking about a level of computational power that is just off the charts. And to run 1 million of those GPUs, you need a frankly insane amount of electricity. The planned power capacity for these data centers down in Memphis, Tennessee is 2 gigawatts. That number is so huge, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. So let's put it into perspective. 2 gigawatts is enough electricity to power a small city, running 24/7. This isn't just a server rack in someone's basement. We're talking about infrastructure on a national scale. All of it aimed at one single goal, making autonomous AI a reality. Okay, so we've got the grand vision, we've got the massive hardware to back it all up, but how does a swarm of AI agents actually go from a simple idea to a fully functioning application? You know, the workflow is where the theory really has to meet reality. And this illustrates that workflow perfectly. So picture this. A project manager logs in and just gives a simple prompt, something like, build me an invoice management app. And from that moment on, the system just takes over. Specialized AI agents spin up. Some of them start writing code for different modules, others are running tests to find bugs, and another group is fixing those bugs, all in real time. At the same time, other agents are writing the technical documentation and getting the app ready for deployment. The key takeaway here is that the human manager doesn't review the code or the process, they only review the final working product. And this is aimed squarely at enterprise customers and startups, basically anyone who wants to multiply their output without having to hire more staff. So, with this level of ambition, the comparison to the original titan of software is pretty much inevitable. How does Macrohard's strategy really stack up against the very company it's named after, Microsoft? This table just breaks it down beautifully. Microsoft's whole strategy is additive. AI assists you in Word or in GitHub. But Macrohard's is all about replacement. AI replaces the developer. Microsoft, as we know, relies heavily on its partnership with OpenAI, running their models on Azure. Macrohard, on the other hand, is completely vertical. It's using Musk's own model, Grok, running on his own custom supercomputer, Colossus. And under the hood, it's a multi-agent framework where all these different specialized models work together, orchestrated by one central system. And while Microsoft serves pretty much everyone, Macrohard is laser-focused on enterprise, where the dollar value of replacing human labor is obviously the highest.
Now, it wouldn't be a complete analysis without a serious reality check. I mean, a project this audacious is facing some enormous challenges. Let's take a look at the 4 biggest hurdles that could really stop Macrohard dead in its tracks. First up, reliability. And this one is a biggie. Enterprise customers have absolutely zero tolerance for bugs. In a fully autonomous system, one tiny error that a human might catch in a few seconds could cascade into a catastrophic failure. Second, intellectual property. Who actually owns code that's generated by an AI? The legal system is still trying to figure that one out. Third, job displacement. This isn't just a side effect, it's the explicit goal. This tech is designed to make entire categories of tech jobs redundant, and that carries a huge societal weight. And finally, the environmental cost. That 2 gigawatt power draw is already attracting some very serious scrutiny. So, considering all of that, the massive potential and the really serious pitfalls, what happens next? What's the actual roadmap for this whole project?
Well, the next couple of years are basically all about building out that infrastructure and doing internal testing. We could, maybe, see a public developer preview by late 2026. From there, they'll likely start bringing on pilot customers through 2027 and 2028. But that vision of full-on competition with Microsoft, that's probably a story for 2028 and beyond. This is definitely a marathon, not a sprint.
So let's land on a verdict here. Macrohard is very, very real. The trademarks, the billions in funding, those massive data centers, all of it is confirmed. This is a serious, incredibly well-funded endeavor. What is not real yet, however, is a product that you or I can actually use. So the next 18 months or so are going to be absolutely critical in showing whether this grand vision can actually be turned into something that ships.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Is this the disruption of the decade, the thing that finally changes how all software is made? Or is it a fantastically ambitious tech demo that's just going to get stuck in beta hell forever? Honestly, the pieces are in place for either outcome, and you can bet the entire industry is watching to see which way this thing goes.